Good afternoon. Hello, how are you? I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto Casey, where I like to talk about how I've lost 97.4 pounds since starting the ketogenic protocol, how you may be able to lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life. Oh, grandmother clock is just a skosh slow, and cuckoo will be going off any moment. Hope you're well. We are well in my world, and my kids and their families are all well, so I'm hoping the same can be said for you. Today, we're going to jump on in and talk about some of the myths, or just frankly misinformation that we might hear about the ketogenic protocol. Sometimes we hear it from well-meaning, if ill-informed friends and family. Sometimes we hear it from, sadly, not up-to-date doctors. And sometimes we just hear misinformation from people who can profit by us being confused, because they will then sell us something to make it less confusing. For those of you who don't know, the ketogenic protocol is one whereby you reduce carbohydrate intake to a level where the liver stops pumping out glucose or sugar for fuel. And after a pretty short period of time, when the glucose supply is cut off, the body happily turns to burning fat or ketone bodies for fuel, hence the ketogenic diet. That's it. How do you get there? For most people, what's going to work is 20 grams of carbohydrate a day or fewer, total grams, not net. Eat fatty sources of protein. If you want a food list, Dr. Westman's copyrighted page 4, link below, is the official one. There are a lot of bootleg copies out there with bad information on them. Don't eat if you're not hungry, and stop when you're satiated. Last two parts are the hardest. Food is easy. And that's as complicated as it is. Now, navigating life can be more challenging, and we have to unlearn some things and unhinge some habits from ourselves. But the process is no more complicated than that. Cut out the carbs. That's it. So first of all, I do want to acknowledge some folks who are here. Let me put on my specs. Got into that age. There's Cuckoo. Like, hey, Christina Polish Chick. And another Christina, Milioni. Hey, Judy Tucker from Hopkinton, Iowa, the hardest working person in the state of Iowa, I believe. She's a patron, and she gives us updates from her farm. Suzanne Mahalanobis. Hello from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Hey, Lee from Richmond, Virginia. Kay Knight from Philadelphia. Good morning from Boise, Idaho. Cheers from Chicago. This is great. Oh, it's Pittsburgh, PA. A lot of Pennsylvanians. Hello from Kingman, Arizona. 109 degrees here today. It's warm here, but nothing like that. Hey, from Houston, and Nancy Fennell says, good morning, all. So I'm going to go on to one of the, you guys can probably list your own things that you've heard. Maybe you are still hearing them. Maybe you are concerned about them. But many of you will can probably list some things off that you've been told, even as you've been successful on getting healthier and happier. So feel free to comment and say things that, oh yeah, I was told XYZ would happen. So one of the first things that comes up is, oh my gosh, your cholesterol is going to go sky high and you're going to have a heart attack. That was one of the first things I heard from, well, they didn't tell me. Aren't you worried about your cholesterol? My doctor was worried about my cholesterol. And that is sadly based on old thinking. And the old thinking was based on bad science and based on Ansel Keys's ego and political influence on the